Hello, I'm Destabilize. I'm running Jack and Daxter, no LTS. I'll explain a little bit more about the run once we're in a cutscene after this training part. But yeah, I'm ready to go when everyone else is. So time starts technically when Jack hits the ground, but I'll count you down and we can start a little bit early, so that's not a problem. Yeah, so ready in 3, 2, 1, go. So in LTS, we want to collect 72 power cells. That's to unlock the final pathway to get to the final boss. There's different ways we can do that. One is by collecting orbs that are kind of just on the ground around the levels. There's also just power cells on the levels. And then there's also challenges we can do, like collect scout flies, or there are other miscellaneous things that are in the level as well that we can get. But we need 72 of them. This level we're in at the moment is just a training level, but we get a lot of power cells anyway, so we can't skip this, but we wouldn't want to anyway. So if we just get up here, we can make our way to here. So this category is no tier LTS, which basically means no lava tube skip. It's, from what I understand, it's the old sort of any percent category before some skips got found. And let me just focus on this real quick. Okay, yeah, so no lava tube skip basically stops you skipping through the hubs. Because if we did LTS, we wouldn't need to get any of these power cells, and there's not much of the actual game to play. You'd kind of just run through it and skip everything. So this is the main sort of category everybody plays. But yeah, so this is training done, and now we're going into the first cutscene of the game. There's quite a few cutscenes, but we can skip a lot of them. So it isn't too bad as long as we don't mess the skips up. But yeah, so this is probably quite a good time for a quick message just while this cutscene plays, and then we can get back into the gameplay once it's done.
Yes, thank you very much. I just want to say that you can support our event for free if you have your Twitch Prime gaming subscription still left. With that, you can unlock exclusive emotes on our channel and show your support towards the channel and our amazing events, which now features a bunch of new emotes that you can unlock with just this subscription. Thank you very much for all your support in advance.
Perfect. Yeah, so this cutscene is about to end now, so we want to head over to Forbidden Jungle. We want to do a few things there. The first thing we want to do is unlock the boat to Misty Island. Misty Island is quite a long power cell to get, but there's a lot of quick power cells in Misty Island, which makes it worth it. But while we're on our way there, we want to collect some scout flies that are in the main hub world 1. So it's usually, I believe it's 7 of these we need to collect. So we'll collect them as we go through the hub and come back out, because we'll need to go through this level again. So we're just going to come over here, hit this yak, get this scout fly, and then head over into Forbidden Jungle, where the first kind of big part of our RNG comes up, called the fish game. If you ever played this game, you probably quite remember it quite well. But once we're there, I'll explain it. So you just want to jump up here. Oh, nearly did that. Get across this bridge, and we're going to head over to the game now. As you also can see, I'm rolling and punching quite a lot. That's the fastest sort of movement. We kind of want to do that as many places as we can. Yeah, so this is the fish game. It's a random RNG fest, really, where we need as many 5-pound fishies as possible. There'll be the big yellow fish, and then there's also 1-pound fishies, which are the green fish. And then you have the eels, which if you collect an eel, you just lose straight away, so we want to make sure we avoid those. There's not much we can really do in terms of speeding this up. We just kind of have to get lucky. But you'll notice there's 3 phases in this, where the first phase goes kind of slow. The second phase is just a pure eel phase, but we can sometimes get fish in between that. We just want as many 5-pound fish as possible. And then the final phase is just the fish go a whole lot faster and it ends really quickly. So if we got good luck, we want about 180 by the time the eel phase ends, but we'll see how that happens. Yeah, so you might notice how long this is actually taking to get through this first cutscene and how long this game starts. Mini game starts, but this mainly just because of we need to beat this mini game to unlock the boat to get into Misty Island, and there's so many power cells in Misty Island, it just completely makes it worth it, because otherwise we'd have to go get other power cells to make up for the ones we don't get in Misty Island, they're just a whole lot slower. So that's good luck. We just got 3 big fishes in a row. Good. Yeah, so the more yellow, the better it is. And we just want to make sure we don't get an ill by mistake, which I'll make sure I don't. Yeah, so this is a bit of a long mini game. There's not much else to really say about it. If you played it for the first try, it can be hard to control with the net. It just takes a little while to get used to. And you might also sometimes see me get fish when the net isn't directly on the fish. You can kind of get them at the sides. But a good job here. Yeah. I'm getting quite a weird pattern where I have to go left and right quite often. Yeah, so this is the ill phase like I was mentioning. Just non-stop ills. We've got really bad luck, to be honest. That was close. I got scared of that one for a second. That was too close to the net for my liking. Yeah, so awful luck. You can't really get much worse than that, but it's what it is. And we're still not getting any big fish. Yeah, okay, I just missed one just because... Okay, let's stop missing these. I've never had this bad luck before. We should have been finished about 30-40 seconds ago. Although it was slightly my fault because I missed a few, but the ills were kind of close as well, and I didn't want to get them by mistake because that would lose a whole lot of time. But anyway, that's the fish game. We've unlocked the boat to Misty Island now, and now we're going to head into Forbidden Forest. The kind of gimmick of this level is that we want to get blue eco. Blue eco lets us destroy things really quickly, and it will push things towards us, like scout flies and orbs and that sort of stuff. It will just go straight towards Jack. I don't want to get hit here. We need the health. So we'll grab this. All right, we'll make sure we don't get hit again because we need that 1 health to do a skip for like a mini boss. That's the wrong way. Yeah, so this blue eco, we want to collect this, and we want to try and keep it for as long as possible. So open the door up here, and then we want to get a scout fly with it so we can save quite a lot of time grabbing that. You can extend it further to do other stuff, but I wasn't fast enough, so we're not going to be able to get that part, but that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so you can get up, if you start blue eco, you can get up here with without a hang and stuff, and you can... But yeah, we got the scout fly, which is what matters. And we need to get a few more scout flies along here. Not every single level we'll be collecting scout flies as well. Some are just really slow. We just try and go for the fastest power cells on each level. Yeah, so we're nearly done this first section. So now we want to head to the top of the temple, and then we unlock like the underground part, which is kind of cool. It's very cycle based, and it's very easy. There's a lot of like death pits, so we want to make sure we don't mess up our movement and just fall down to our death. And there's a pretty cool mini boss, which is weirdly the only mini boss in the game that I know of. I can't think of any other one, but it's a really cool mini boss. I'm surprised they didn't add more into the game or something, but yeah, there's a cool skip we can do to skip one of the cycles if I get it correctly. But yeah, this is top of the temple here. We need to make sure we're going to try and grab an early grab here. They want you to go all the way around, but you can kind of do a slam and get really high. There's a few movement techniques as well where you can slam to the ground and get extra height and that sort of thing, and you can do I won't mess around on here actually because sometimes it can kill you, but you can do high jumps and like jump from a roll and that sort of stuff, and you can chain it all together. But this is the first. Okay, it didn't quite. All right, we're fine, and we're gonna roll over here. We didn't grab those power cells, so I'm gonna make sure I grab some extra ones. Alright, we didn't fall to our death, which is always good. So now we've got this power cell. It's going to activate the blue eco all around the level, and we can make our way through the temple now and get to the boss. And that's what this is. And that blue eco vent just opened up, so we can grab this, go back to the start where we originated from, and then using that blue eco, we can open this door here. I'm just going to grab these extra power set orbs just to make sure we don't have enough. Because what we're going to be doing with these is trade them in for power cells. We can trade in 120 for a power cell, and we can do that 2 times per statue thing, which you'll see later on. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, it did work, okay. That was very scuffed, but we skipped half a cycle. You can do it a little bit quicker than that. But yeah, we don't want to be short on orbs because that would be really bad, and then we'd have to try and find backups and stuff, which we don't want to do. I'm also on 1 health, so I need to be super careful here as well, because if I die, and then we have to do this all over again. So yeah, so if you notice, the gimmick of these things are you kind of want to get close to them, and they just put in their spikes, and then you can attack them. If you try to attack them when their spikes are out, you just take damage and not kill them. And then we just want to grab this blue eco here, jump on and grab this power cell. So the next, I probably won't get this, to be honest with you. It's quite a hard jump. So in this game, there's things called extended boost jumps, where you can walk off an edge slowly, punch, jump, and then spin, and you can get really far distances the game doesn't think you can get to. And if I get it, we will get out of bounds, and we can kind of do a quick spawn over back to Sandover Village. But if I don't get it, we'll just have to run a bit and then do a save load and warp there instead. Never. Oh, that was really close. That nearly worked. But yeah, we'll get up there and we can go behind the cliff. But not too big of a deal. We can grab these orbs here just to make up for some lost ones we did earlier. So you can see the level says Sandover Village now. So if we save the game and then load it, we'll teleport back to the top of Sandover Village like this. And then we can make our way to Misty Island using that boat we unlocked with the fish game. Yeah, so that was like a extended boost it looks like. There'll be one in Misty where we have to get it, so it'll be a lot clearer once we're there. And the way Misty works is the main thing we want to look out for is the Zeppelin spawns at the end of the level. I want to hit a really fast cycle, which means I can't really mess up any movement. If I do mess up movement, then that's not going to work, and I'm probably going to have to do a death abuse. But yeah, so we want to kind of do near perfect movement really to hit that cycle. So I'm going to do my best to do it. So we just want to basically make no mistakes. But the first thing we're going to do while doing this, okay, that wasn't the best. I don't know if that would ruin it or not though, but we're going to grab this muse here. You can see I can't teleport into a completely different area of Misty Island. That's because the game doesn't think you can get it that early, and it teleports you where it thinks you should be getting it. We're going to grab this blue eco. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we're not going to get that fast cycle, so I'm going to do the death abuse instead, which is fine. Yeah, this is really not great. Let's get around here. Okay. I also want to mention you're not meant to go through Misty this way with like these rocks here. So if I die at any point, we're going to get sent back to the beginning of Misty with no checkpoints. So there's one really scary jump that's going to come up in a second where we have to do like a roll spin, and if we don't make that, then we have to do all this section again. But we don't have to re-get the power cells. But okay, I'm on 1 health as well, which I need to be careful of. So we get underneath the bridge here. You can turn the camera on the cutscene as well, and that can manipulate the Zeppelin cycles. Oh, that's close. Yeah, so this is a really scary jump, especially when you can't get the run. No, don't kill me. Okay, I shouldn't have died there. I tried to do a slam, but we're going to get sent back to the beginning. It shouldn't take that long, though, because we can kind of just go straight there now, but that's unfortunate. Try and make our way up here. So we don't need any of that stuff over there now, because we've already got it. Okay. Find this up. I need to be careful because I don't have the cutscene there to sort my camera out. Okay, let's try this again. I'll try and line up there. Okay, we got it this time. There we go. Grab these power cells. And then we want to, we don't have a very long with this blue eco, so we want to try and get over to it as quick as possible and grab these. So this is where the death abuse comes into play. So we're going to die to, so you see those Zeppelins flying around, so we're just going to die to reset all those. And then we're going to do our best to get there quickly enough to hit all the cycles we want to hit. So we just grab all these on the way. Grab the scout fly. Grab those and then jump up here. So we should be fast enough to hit the cycle. So the game kind of wants you to get it on a zoomer, I believe, but if we're... yeah, so this is the first one. We want to do an uppercut punch and get there, and then we want to grab this before... And then we can get this last one here. I'm going to quickly grab some health here. And then we're going to snipe this one in the air as we fall down. We got, which is nice. And then we're going to get on this zoomer and get the last couple of zeppelins, which gives us a power cell. So we're going to hit this one here, turn around, and there'll be one behind us. And then while we wait for the next one to come along, we're just going to grab a scout flight and another power cell up here. So we want to be a bit. So these things are kind of hard to control, but all right, nice. And then we can get that. Nice. So we've got one more zeppelin to get, which will be coming down in a second, and then that will give us another power cell, and then we can start making our way out of Misty. So we'll grab this dude, and so the last kind of main trick of Misty is to get this power cell with an extended boosted, which I'll explain a little bit more in a second. But the way it kind of works is as you walk off an edge slowly, you then punch, jump, and spin at the right timing, and you can just go flying and get to places that you're not meant to be getting to. We're going to use that a lot more in the run later on. Let's down on here. Okay. Yeah, so there's also one more scout flight we need to get, which we'll get on the way as we exit here. And jump up. So yeah, so that's like another sort of movement tech here where you can get a bunch of height just by landing from a roll, and you get some extra height, and it's quite good movement because it doesn't slow you down at all. You don't have to do anything to get height. So punch down here. So this is when this is the extended boosted here. So you're meant to get blue eco and travel and get this platform, but if we all right, yeah. So that's not intended. I'm happy I got that because it's quite easy to mess up. There are a lot harder ones coming up later on as well, but that's Misty Island done. So we can grab this boat, and then we're going to head over and clear up Sandover Village, get everything there, and go to Sentinel Beach. And then once we're done Sentinel Beach, we're done with the first hub world, and we can go on to the next one. We also you probably saw we collected the muse at the start of Misty Island, and we didn't get a power cell. That's because we need to trade it in with one of the villagers here, which we'll do in a little bit. But because we got the muse first, we skipped a lot of dialogue that usually we'd be stuck in. So that's kind of why we don't speak to that guy first, and we go straight to Misty. But yeah, it's a scout fly down here. Yeah, so this is Sentinel Beach. There's a few RNG parts in here as well with birds and stuff and the cannon positioning, which I'll explain in a second. But we're just going to grab this blue eco. It lets us grab all these scout flies quicker, and we don't have to directly collect them. And we're just going to grab all these cells on the way. So you want to end this level kind of with around 240. That way we can trade them in for power cells. So the first sort of trick of this level is we're going to climb the tower in the unintended way. So we're going to come over here, and then we're going to do a roll, get over to here, and get in between these rocks. We're going to do a crouch, jump, spin, and we can grab this unintendedly. And some platforms in Jack and Daxter, you can kind of like just spam jump and just continually get height, even though it doesn't look like you should be able to. And then we're going to kill those guys and get a power cell. And we're going to kill that bird that took the power cell earlier. Otherwise, if we run up to him, I'm going to double check this. Oh, yeah, that's good, yeah. I just want to make sure I didn't miss a shot, because if you miss the bird, then the bird will fly away and you start having to do a whole chase thing. So it's a lot quicker just to shoot the cannon at the bird. But we got that, so the bird should be dead, and we should be able to grab that in a second. So this isn't a very clear power cell, but what we're doing here is scaring the birds away, and they're going to fly to a few sections. And eventually, once you scare them away enough, they're going to cause an avalanche, and there's going to be a power cell that shows up. But the RNG part is a lot of time the birds won't land straight away, especially on the third and final one, which we're going to come up to in a second. And sometimes you're going to have to wait like 10 seconds. Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it's not, which isn't always fun when you have to wait. But we had literally perfect RNG, which is nice. Not going to complain about that. And then those birds cause the avalanche. Especially when you're playing this casually, it's not always clear that's what's happening. And it can be very confusing. But yeah, so that's what that happened there. So we got that power cell spawned into the next part. We want to grab this blue eco, grab a few more scout flies and stuff. And then we're going to unlock Flat, which is a bird that we're going to have to unlock for other levels. So But there's a lot of cool glitches with Flut in later levels. We can go like out of bounds and stuff. But before that, we need to get there. So I continue here, trying to get the. So we got a good orb count, which is good. So we don't have to worry really about getting any, going out of way to get any more. Few on the way as well. So that's the scout fly. There's a couple. And we're going to use the blue eco so we don't have to climb up there and just grab that from up there. Spin this. And we're doing this, and this will give us a power cell as well. That's what Samos, the guy in the heart at the start of the game, asked us to do, and that's but those green stuff gives you health, by the way, but we don't really ever use that in the run. So we're going to grab this scout fly down here, and then try and jump up here, nice. And then grab this one from the avalanche, and then we're going to make our way to Flut. The Flut cutscene is very long. It's a bit of a slow power cell to get, but it saves so much time later in the game, because otherwise Flut won't spawn in. So it completely makes it worth it. A bit like the reason we do Misty as well. So I'm just going to be careful not to fall down here. Okay, so that's what can. So that's sort of a glitch, because if you like kind of run and punch and spin into a platform, sometimes it can just knock you back and you can go absolutely flying. But yeah, this is Flut. We want to knock down the egg, and then that unlocks it for everything else. We also get a power cell as well, so we're just going to talk to this lady. This is probably quite a good time for any messages as well, just because something going on here. We just got to watch this cutscene.
Thank you very much. I would just like to redirect everyone's attention to the bar that is down on your screen, which says that we have 24 euros remaining until we hit the goal of the very first BSG Online 1, and I think it would be a grand thing to finish this first day of BSG Annual 24 if we surpass the amount that the very first BSG Online has raised. So let's make it happen, get those donations in. I think we can do this. Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's get back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're basically done with Sanovo Village, Sentinel Beach, sorry. We just want to grab the last scout fly here, and then we can grab that, and then we're going to grab the last power cell, which is in this ditch, and then we can save load and go towards Fire Canyon, which is the next hub. So in between, there's like hub 1 and hub 2, and in between that, there's like a little like motorbike ride on lava we have to go through. Azuma, sorry, that's what they're called. So yeah, we got to save there because of the power cell. We can load here, and it takes us back here, and we're going to trade in that Muse as well from earlier that we got on Misty Island. But it's just if you were to talk to this guy first, he would talk about how he wants his Muse back, and we have to go find it. There's a whole ordeal, so we can just give them the Muse straight away, and it's a whole lot quicker. And we're also coming up to the first trade-in for power cells. So as long as we're at 240, we're golden. Make our way over here. Yeah, so we've got more than enough, which is good for the later run as well, so we don't ever have to worry about not having enough. I probably played it a little bit too safe, but just for marathon safety, I'd rather not have ran out, not have enough for a part. So we're going to do an extended uppercut here, and then get up here, and then this is the guy you talk to when you trade them in. We do this 3 times in the run, so this is the first time where we can get 2 for 240, and then there's 2 more times, one at the end of the game and one in sort of in the next hub. But we get a lot of power cells from Precursor Basin, which is like a part of the section where we ride around with Azuma trying to get a bunch of stuff. But we don't get many power cells in that section just because a lot of them are quite slow. So we got the first power cell, we'll get the next one, then we'll go over to Hero, which because without getting these power cells, they won't be there. The motorbike won't even show up. And if in any percent, we basically just skip all this, so we wouldn't have done anything we've done, and we've just gone straight to the lava tube. A couple of scout flies left. Get the last one here. Cool. And then up there, you can see in the background is the pathway. It might not happen, but sometimes if you're too fast, the level doesn't load in properly, and you get an invisible wall. But we'll see if that happens or not. It's kind of funny when it happens. Okay, it didn't happen. We had fast loads, but yeah, technically the game is open world, but it kind of loads in zones. So You don't ever see an actual loading screen, but the game will just bonk you randomly just so it gives it more time to load. So if that ever happened to you when you were playing casually, that would just be because the certain part of the level wasn't loaded in yet and the game didn't want you to have a loading screen, basically. But for like a PS2 game, it's pretty impressive the way they've done it, I think. But yeah, so this is just explaining a fire canyon. If we stay on the lava for too long, the zoomer will blow up. We can grab these air balloons to cool us down. And there's also, I don't know how intended this was, but we can kind of jump off enemies and get loads of height, and that will also cool us down. And then on the way here, we want to collect all 7 scout flies, and we also want to get all the orbs. And then they're all in these sort of orb crates here. So you just want to make sure we don't explode. But yeah, so right here, if we like jump as we jump off that guy, we get loads of height. So we kind of skip a few balloons doing that. So grab this, do it again here. And then make our way through here. So when you're on a zoomer, the blue eco doesn't like make things come towards you. It just gives you speed boost, which is really useful. We use that with a few other tricks later in the game. So you hear that alarm going off. That's just because I'm near to be being blown up, but we should be fine. We're nearly at the end now. We have a few balloons left. And that's the last one. So that's done. So we're going into Hub 2 now. To continue with the actual game itself, you have to watch hit a button to then activate the portal so you can teleport between the hubs. But it's a really long cutscene, so we do a thing called a pause buffer. Well, there's 2 sort of pause buffers. So we're going to do this first one is going to be like where we hold the L2 button and jump onto the switch. And then we're going to press start as the button goes down. And then we're going to save the game and load the game. And that should look like this. And that counts as activating the cutscene. But the game, because we didn't die, the game still wants to play the cutscene. So we do another trick where we press start and L2 at the same time. And what you'll see it when I get the HUD come up with no sort of values there. Then we can roll away. And then it'll auto-pause itself. And then we're away from the cutscene trigger. So the cutscene doesn't play because we got away from it quick enough. That will come into play again a little bit later on because the game, if we go into certain areas of this hub, then the game would want to load the cutscene because that's still an active trigger. So we're going to grab that scout fly and go into the basin, which is there's a few hard tricks, I'd say. Maybe not for everybody, but for myself, where we have to get plants and stuff. But mainly we're just going to be driving around here getting all the orbs and scout flies. There's a few other mini games like these lurkers, killing them, but we won't do that because it's kind of slow to do. Going to get some height by jumping off that rock and grab these orbs. We don't really want to miss any orbs here because the orb count is kind of strict on this route, but I did kind of do a good job getting extra orbs before this. So if I do miss one crate, we should still be fine, but we need about 25 before we end this part of the level. But luckily they throw loads of orbs and stuff around, so it's not too hard to get. Also, you just got to be careful not to fall off these platforms because there we go. Let's grab that because it's very easy to fall off, especially if you're not used to driving the zoomer. And there's a few hard platforming sections coming up in a second, like here. So gonna have to jump island to island, and sometimes you can go a little bit too fast and just fall off. And then we're gonna grab this power cell here. I don't know how that didn't work. I swear I jumped, but we'll do that again. I need to try and figure out how to get up there now. I can't. Go back round. Should be fine though. Try that again. Just drive in the same part we just drove. I'm sure there's a quick way to get back up there, but I actually have never done that before, so trying to wing it as I go along. Okay, let's try that again. That should be an easy jump, really. It's not jumping up there. There we go. Yeah, so the next power cell coming up is plants. So these plants, you want to grab the green eco, and it's going to destroy these plants. If you leave it too long, the plants start growing back. Ideally, we can do this in 1 cycle, but it's hard, so I'll be happy if we get 2 cycles here. But yeah, the plants grow back very quickly if you start missing them, so we want to try and just control that as much as possible. Yeah, so there's some off in the distance already, so we're gonna have to. Maybe I can grab these. Yeah, okay. So we need to do 2 cycles here. So I'll just go back and grab the green eco again and then finish it out. Okay, it looks manageable, but as you can see, they grow back really quickly and they just start doubling, so it easily can get out of hand. But hopefully I can just clear these up. Yeah, there's only one left. And then that last one, don't spawn any. Okay. All right, that was close, like last second, but we got them all. Yeah, so that's base in. We're basically done with that now. We're going to do another sort of pause buffer to save load to skip the animation of grabbing the last power cell, and then we're going to head over to Lost City, which is a really cool level with a lot of out of bounds and stuff. So we're going to drive into this, press start, and as you can see, it's saving. So we got the power cell. We can just load and just get out of base, and we still count as getting that power cell. So I need to grab this lightning here, the eco, and then try and extend it further enough to activate this thing behind the wall, and we can grab. Yeah, I got absolutely tons of. We don't need those. So yeah, and we're going to trade these in for 2 more power cells, and then we're going to head over. This is probably the first really cool level of the game, just because there's so many out of bounds and stuff and movement tech. Hopefully I can do a good job. But with the half there, it's inside the zone where the game wants to play that cutscene we skipped earlier. So we kind of want to move our camera at a weird angle. So if you see me doing that, that's why, and that stops the cutscene from playing. So I kind of need to just keep it away from that trigger, because the actual trigger gets activated by where the camera is and not where Jack is. There's a lot of stuff like that in the game where it's all triggered by all triggered by the camera and not Jack himself. And we do that to warp to certain spots as well with depth abuses. But yeah, you could hear that beating heartbeat, and that's a lurker fish. So if we stay in the water for too long, then we're going to die instantly. We don't want to do. Yeah, so this is why I'm doing weird camera here, just to avoid the cutscene. And once we see the writing, we should be clear. Yeah, okay, so we're clear now. Just gonna get up here and then enter the Lost City. I'm gonna try and do a death abuse here. I don't always get it, but I'll give it a go. No, I didn't get it. That's fine. It only loses like a second, but you basically just die and warp to the bottom. But yeah, so this level is very cycle based. So ideally, you want to try and do it as optimal as possible, so you can hit every good cycle. But yeah, so coming up in a second will be the first sort of major glitch. Taking damage there is fine, because we're going to do a bunch of death abuses anyway. We ideally don't want to take any more damage. I spoke too soon, which we can just grab a checkpoint though, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, so we're not going to get scout flies in this level, so they're extremely slow. But we're going to grab this power cell here and a few other power cells, and then we're just going to leave. But there's a few really cool out of bounds we can do here. So we can do an extended over here to get over here. I missed that cycle, but we're going to... and then... let's not fall. Okay. Alright, we didn't fall down. That's the main thing. Because if you're also on a timer there, so if you take too long getting that power cell, it'll get sucked back up into the tube, and you have to go all the way back to that button, which luckily we didn't have to do. Over here, grab this power cell in the middle, and then we've not got a checkpoint quite yet, but I'm going to take a death abuse just to get my health back. I'm going to need that. Those spinning guys. Yeah. So right now we got a checkpoint, so it's fine to die here. And then we'll just form back with full health, because we need health to do this out of bounds. So the game wants you to do like a... So the puzzle here is the game wants you to do basic... Oh, I got really awkward cycle, so this guy doesn't hit me. Okay, that was quick. Yeah, so the game wants you to hit every single platform and light up blue. And if you can't touch the same platform twice in a row, otherwise they'll all just... get unlit, but we can just do like a weird out of bounds there, just like that. It looked easy, but it can be kind of tricky sometimes, but I'm glad I got that quickly. Then we're going to do a death abuse here, which comes back here, and we're going to do another out of bounds, which is even harder in my opinion. So we're going to get this piggybacking lurker to follow us. We're going to jump out here just to grab a checkpoint, and then we're going to set this up here and hold crouch and jump and get on top of the back of this guy and then jump out of bounds through here. And kind of blind, but okay. Hopefully I don't do this twice. Okay, I'm gonna have to retry that. Yeah, so we want to grab an out of bounds platform, but you kind of have to fight against the camera quite a bit, so it can be kind of difficult. We'll try this again. Okay. Okay, then we need to do an extended jump. Okay. Oh, that was unlucky. I don't know why it didn't let me in. All right, fair try and lucky. But yeah, we need to do an extended boost to get through that and grab a power so early. But we just need to wait to die now. Try that one more time. I was getting it every time in practice first try, so it's kind of typical what happens on an actual marathon run. All right, fourth try lucky. Yeah, so it is very easy just to mess it up. The camera really doesn't want you to be here. And it's quite a precise jump to get the hang. So there's a lot going against you. So I can get this soon. No, didn't get it boosted there. Yeah, because you can't really see Jack, so you want to walk off the edge slowly, but it's kind of hard to see. So obviously, if you don't boost quick enough, then you're not going to see Jack and just going to fall off anyway. Hopefully, I can get it hopefully soon, because I actually have no idea how to get this cell casually. Okay. There we go, got it, there we go. Yeah, so that's quite hard out of bounds, and then there's one more out of bounds in this level. So we're going to grab this power, do an extend over here to get to this power cell. And then we're going to do a depth abuse and head further down into this level where we can escape it. And then we're going to go into boggy, but we just need to die here first. Head down here. Grabbing more, so we need 240 power cells again, orbs, sorry, just before the end of the game, but we have plenty of time to get those. But yeah, so we're going to activate this elevator that gets us out of this place. So we just need to use blue eco and touch these spinny things, and then it'll unlock the door. But before that, there's one more power cell we want to grab, which is over here. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out of bounds again using this vent. So as it flies up, we're going to do a double jump, spin out, and get out of here. And then as we're falling down, we want to get back in bounds, punch here, hold the HUD button, and then press start as we hit the power cell. So I was going to try and do a pause buffer there, but I didn't quite get it. So we have a tiny cutscene. So we'll watch that, and then we can load the game and warp straight back up to the top and use the elevator to exit this level. Yeah, there we go. And then we can load that. And then we can take the lift all the way back up. And then so that's done with that level. So we're going to head into Boggy Swamp now. Boggy Swamp's a really hard level. We're going to do the whole level backwards, so there's not really many checkpoints. I'm going to do one safety sort of checkpoint trick that you technically don't have to do. Just because if we do fail something in that level, we're just going to go all the way back to the start, which isn't great. And then there's a really cool trick after Boggy that I'll try to explain. It looks very weird, but we'll get there in a second. We're just going to make our way up here. And then do one more load warp to get to a scout fly, and then we can make our way to Boggy. Go. There's a scout fly off to the left here. So here, you're not meant to get over here like this, but as I'm swimming, I'm like tapping up, and it just cancels the animation, and that lets you swim a lot faster. And then I'm going to do a roll jump over here, grab the scout fly, and then I'm not going to grab the power cell yet. We're going to grab that on the way out. But yeah, so this is where the backwards boggy begins. So we're going to get this yellow eco or orange eco. Yellow I get on this screen. I'm going to try and not take damage and get over to here. Okay, we're fine. We're going to do a defuse anyway. And then we need to basically free the Zeppelin for a power cell. So we're going to do that as we're going through Boggy backwards. But so at the moment I haven't got a checkpoint, so I'm going to grab this power cell up here. And it might look a little bit odd, but I'm going to go back where we just came from and then die. And that will give us a checkpoint. So when we're doing all these out of bounds stuff, if we do die, we spawn here instead of at the very start of Boggy, which saves a bit of time if we mess up. So we're just going to sit here and die for a second. So yeah, so we're going to, so this is the first trick. So we're going to jump over here, spin, hold crouch, and then walk under here, and then trying to get out of here, like get through this wall. So now we're out of bounds. If I can fix the camera. So we want to get through this wall. So we're going to walk over to the edge, fall off. That's unlucky. I thought I had that there. Yeah, so there's a little fly or gnat following me. Yeah, so we want to get under that wall, which can be kind of tricky. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. This again, but yeah, there's a few more out of bounds as well, so this section does last quite a while. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we got through, and there's these rats here that are very annoying. They always want to hit you, but we're going to hit this Zeppelin, free that string, and we get a power cell for that part as well. And then we need to destroy this thing. That's where all the rats are spawning from. And once we destroy it, it will spawn a blue eco, and we can use that blue eco then to, okay, good, I didn't take damage, to get over this wall here. But yeah, like I said, this is all backwards. This is all, you're not meant to be doing Boggy like this. So even if I do die now, I'm still going to be sent to the very start of Boggy. So I'm going to do my best not to die here. But we're going to use this tree here to slam and then turn backwards and get up here early. Yeah, so this is Flut. He can do a lot of cool stuff and get us out of bounds a bunch. And that's from earlier when we knocked that egg off the platform. So we're going to try and do here. So there's spikes to the left there that will damage us, so we don't want to get too close to it, but you also want to get stuck inside the wall to get out of bounds. And there's a thin sliver of kind of water we can stand on. Okay. All right, that's good. And we want to jump around here. Going to jump over here and then slam, and then just let us stay in bounds now. So now we're safe in terms of spawning back there. We got a checkpoint, but there's one more out of bounds we can do. If we do fail the out of bounds, there's backups we can do now. So we got the hard part over and done with. But what we're going to do over here is jump on top of these chests and jump off to the left and get through here, which we got is nice. And then we want to be careful not to take damage because we're on 1 health, which is cool. And then we're going to do a death use in a second. That will take us to the very start of Boggy. And that's basically backwards Boggy, though, which thankfully it went really well. Besides that one death, which happens, but yeah. And then what we're going to do next is a thing called claw skip. There's 2 ways of doing it. I'm going to go with the consistent route. Because the other way is just completely awful, to be honest. So, yeah, the setup was going to look extremely weird. So we spawn back to the beginning of Boggy here. We're going to grab that power cell from the scout flight, which is going to save the game. And now we're going to head up to Claw. We don't want to get eaten by that fish because that will ruin the glitch. So we're going to wait for a second. Okay. I'm just going to play it a little more safe now. Yeah, the fish really doesn't want you in the water around here. Yeah, so we're going to jump up here. So the game wants you to use power cells to like activate that gravity canyon, but we can kind of jump around here and completely skip that entire cutscene and the animation to get rid of the power cell. Not power cell, to get rid of the rock boulder, but we go around it with that glitch there. So that loads. So we're currently now loading Mountain Pass, like coming over here. So we're going to go back to Boggy Swamp. That was fine. And an extended, just speed this up a little bit. Yeah, so we want to go back to Boggy Swamp now. And then we're going to do a really, really bizarre glitch. I don't quite know why it does it or how it works, but it definitely does work. So we're going to come all the way over here to this rock here. And what we're going to be doing is holding X and then waiting for like 30 seconds. And what's going to happen is we're going to die. The whole of Boggy's going to deload. We're going to press start, and that makes sure everything deloads. But the part of Mountain Pass is still loaded, so the game puts us in Mountain Pass instead of spawning us in Boggy. And hopefully it works, and then we can completely skip the claw fight. But yeah, so we're just standing here until the idle animation starts, and it's all going to go black. There we go. So we're going to count to 5, or I'm going to play a little bit safe, because if we don't give enough time to deload, then the glitch won't work. But hopefully we're going to be in Mountain Pass. Yeah, so that worked, so we skipped that entire boss fight. So this section is a race. So these lurkers here are trying to race to the end of the level, or the end of the section, and then tell their friend to blow up the bomb, and then it kills us. So we want to beat them to it. The problem is we want to do a glitch before that happens, and we need speed. So we're going to grab this blue eco, and for some reason this blue eco gives us like insane speed. But if we crash it all, or okay, I didn't get it. Yeah. So we're gonna have to do it in a different way. It's still fine though. But we could have had one attempt to do this next trick coming up called Stagmite jump, which we kind of get height off a piece of rock, and it gets us really high up. But we haven't got enough speed now, so we're gonna have to just go to the end of the section, then turn around, and then do it that way, which is not too bad. But yeah, we're gonna make our way here. So this is where the glitch would start, but we're going to have to ignore that for a second. Carry on this way. And then hopefully not blow up here. Because if we I didn't mention, if we touch one of those red crates, we just instantly die and then get put back to the start of Mountain Pass. So we want to definitely avoid those. So that's the dude we have to kill, and now they won't blow up anything. So we can grab a checkpoint here, turn back around, and then do the glitch. Ideally, we do it all in one go, but like we said, I wasn't fast enough, so we're gonna just head back here. But because we've got that checkpoint now, we can grab this power cell once we get the glitch, and then just do a death abuse, and it puts us back there. So hopefully I can get this fairly quickly. It can be kind of difficult. That was close. I need a little bit more height. But yeah, we can do this just because we get so much speed from these blue eco vents, and then we have to do like a very well-timed tap jump. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. We got it pretty quickly. And then we're just going to do a death abuse and spawn back at the end of the level and grab this power cell. And yeah, so this is the final hub of the game. The level we're going to be going into next is Spider Canyon. But first, we need to activate the portal like we did with the other level. But we can't do the save load glitch for some reason on this one. I think just because of where the cutscene triggers are. So what we're going to do instead is a death abuse with a pause buffer. So we're going to get in here like that. So I'm going to stand next to the switch, press start and R2 at the same time, and then try and kill myself before the cutscene starts. And then because we're dead when the cutscene starts, we don't have to worry about triggering it anymore. And that just basically skips the whole entire cutscene that lasts like 3 or 4, like a 3-minute cutscene or something. But yeah, we've got that now. We're going to collect the scout flights in these levels as well, and we're going to head over to Spider Cave, which is one of the harder levels. There's a really hard glitch in it where we have to do like a really far, super extended jump. We'll grab that fly on the way out, which is fine, and then we're going to come. Okay. Yeah, so this is Spider Canyon. It's a very cool looking level. There's a lot of like death abuse glitches we're going to do in camera turns and stuff to teleport to other places. So the first one's coming up here. So we're going to blow up this crystal because we need to blow up all the crystals in this area to get a power cell. And so we're going to roll off here, turn the camera around and push it backwards, and that will warp us up here. And then we're going to make our way down here, and this is probably the most scary trick of the run for me. So if we can get it first try, that'd be awesome. So we're going to grab this blue eco, jump up here, make our way along here, grabbing some orbs on the way, and then jump up here and grab this power cell, and this is where we need to like a really far extended booster to get that power cell in the background, but you basically need like a max distance one, which is not easy, but we'll... no, so that wasn't, so it looked like that should have worked, but it wasn't quite far enough, so we're going to try that again. I hope it doesn't take me too long. See though, I was getting it quite quick. I need to try and turn around. I'm looking the wrong way. There we go. I need to try and get it quite quickly with Blue Eco, because that can save a bit of time getting some other stuff. Yeah, that didn't work, but yeah, like in practice, I got it like 5 times in a row, so of course I won't get it now. Yeah, okay, that didn't work either. Yeah, it's just a very, very tricky trick, but I can get it soon. We definitely got the estimate to try it, so it's fine. Okay, let's try this again. No, that's not going to work. It's kind of fine if we fail and get height instead of distance. That way we can try it quite easily again. And that would have, yeah, we got it. That was like 3rd, 4th try, but glad we got it. The normal route is like very long and it's not fun to do, so I really didn't want to resort to that. But yeah, so we didn't. Crap, we ran out of Blue Eco, so I was meant to have got that other scout fly, but we have to go get it manually now. Fine, we got that, and then do a diffuse in a second here, but there's a power cell at the end of this tunnel here. So we're just going to avoid these spiders spawning. Grab the Blue Eco and grab this. And then we're going to use the vent to jump out the cave and die, and that's going to spawn us to the next part, which we're just going to do now. Go. And then we're going to go back on ourselves, and then we're going to go to the dark area of this cave. I don't know what it is, but every sort of PS2 and PS1 game around this era always had like a dark level where you had to make light happen. So there's no different. It's the same thing in this game. There's always seems to be one of those sort of levels. And we're going to shoot a crystal from the background. You can hear it blowing up. So we're going to do a cycle skip here. So we want to wait for that to start moving away from us. We're going to roll, do a jump here. And we're going to snipe a crystal here by doing a crouch jump, moving out, and then spinning back. And then we can grab that one in the water. We'll just grab those extra power cells for safety. Yeah, so this is a dark section. Hopefully I don't die with this. But you can do this without lighting up these crystals, but it's definitely easier if you do light them up. You don't really lose much time to get them. So this is the last crystal we have to blow up, so we're going to get that inside the water by diving down and touching it. And then we're going to spam X as we swim up a lot quicker when you spam X. And we're going to grab that power cell. And then there's only a few things left to do in Spider Cave, so we want to just make our way to the end of this dark cave for one more power cell. Let me grab that. Just going to grab this scout flight, and then we're going to do an extended here. Cool, we got that without any issue. And then we're going to jump up here. So grab that, and then over here. So we're nearly at the end of the section now. I don't think we should die now. We kind of got the hard parts over and done with. Jump up there. Okay, I just jinxed it completely, so I died, but that's fine. We don't have to get any of those other stuff again, so it should be quickly to get back there. Should have played it more safe, but it's fine. Grab that just in case. Luckily, we don't have to do all this stuff again, so we can get there back there quite quickly. Okay. I'll just grab this light this time, just to play it for safety. There we go. Yeah, so we're basically at the end of Spider Cave now. There's 2 power cells left, one for the scout fly and one for another trick we'll do using an eco power. Where we, which way? Yeah, it's this way. So we're going to do another death abuse here. And then that's going to take us back out here, and then we're going to come over here, and then we're going to grab a few more scout flies. One's up here. Okay. Trying here quickly. So this is the last scout fly coming up now. And then we're going to use that eco vent over here to get to a to hit a cycle early. So what it does, so when we fire the rocket, it's going to stall us in the air for a second as it comes down like this. Then we can do a spin and just about grab that, and then we can jump up here, grab this, and then we need this eco to carry on outside of the cave to hit something on the rock. But my camera angle is awful. I don't know where I am. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I usually get a bit of a different camera there, so I wasn't sure where to jump down. But yeah, we're going to shoot that off, and that's going to hit like a rock or something on the ceiling, and it's going to spawn this power cell here. But we're so that's done with the cave, and we're going to head over to the last level of the game, Snowy Mountain, which is a really cool level. There's a really cool glitch at the end of it. It looks really jank if I'll get it. But we're going to use a lot of flat on this level, and there's a lot of ice physics, so it can be kind of hard to control. But we'll see if we can do that quite well or not. But if we die as well when we're using flat, because we're going to break flat out of jail, and if we die, then it's kind of hard to get flat back. We have to kind of go out of our way to get it back. But this is Snowy Mountain. One of the first sort of tasks in this level we're going to have to do is hit these buttons here. I'm going to make sure I listen out for the sound, because sometimes you think you press the... let me focus a sec. Sometimes you think you press the button and it doesn't press them, especially when on... hang on, let me just... That was wrong. Sometimes when you press them, they don't always get pressed down, even though it looks like you should have pressed them. So there's a few scattered around this level, so we're just going to get them on our way. And then there's also another challenge that we have to do, which is destroy all these shield guys with the red. This is a new sort of with the orange eco. It basically gives us more strength to destroy shields and stuff. So we're going to stand on top of here to make him jump down quicker, and we're going to kill him there. There's a few of those that we need to kill, and then okay, I didn't get it. Nice. Yes, there's a few of those we need to kill. Once we kill them all, we also get a power cell again. And we can also get the flies in this level as well. But so there's another dude down here with a shield. So here we're just going to kill the enemies, and that makes them jump down. And then we destroy a shield, and then... So I'm going to do a glitch here called a zoom walk. So I'm going to run off the edge, press triangle, and that zooms us in. And I'm going to keep tapping it at a certain speed. And we can see we're getting lower and lower without falling. And that basically suspends us in air and mid-air, and doesn't let us fall. And we can get lower and lower there and do an uppercut jump to get to this section unintended. You're not really meant to get down here like that, but using that there's other ways to get down there, but that's sort of the easier way, and you can get down here early. As you can see, there's sort of like a flat platform there, so you're meant to bring flat over here, but we didn't do any of that. And we're going to die there just to spawn back up to the top here, grab this scout fly, and then we're going to try and do a glitch here to get up here early. It can be kind of tricky. Not really meant to go up here like this. Hopefully I can get it in a second. There we go. So I got high enough now so I can kind of jump spin up. And come up. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to grab this power cell here early. So there's a 2-frame window here. I'm going to try and do it, where when the cutscene ends, I'm going to hold crouch and punch. So if I had the right frame window, you can get all the way up to the top, but we're going to have to do a backup instead, which is fine because the backup actually looks way cooler in my opinion. So we're going to do extended punch over here, and then do the glitch where you can jump against certain objects and just jump all the way up through the floor. That's fine. We're going to have to come back here anyway, flat, so a button doesn't really matter. So we're going to get flat and break him out of jail now, or her. I'm not sure what flat is, but so we're going to jump against this wall, slam into the wall, and jump all the way around. And now we're not meant to have flat here, but we do, and then we can do the rest of the level with flat. It's kind of cool. And then can abuse a lot of stuff in this level because of that. But we're going to destroy this thing here and then grab that scout fly. I think the game wants you to have the red power cell orb here, but because we have flat flat, it kind of does max damage anyway, so we can skip all that. And then we're going to hit these triggers. Okay, make sure we actually hit them. Okay, we got them all. And then we're going to get this ready, this orange eco here. Jump up on top of this thing here and make the guy jump down. Oh, I just fell off. There we go, okay. And then I'm trying not to take damage here as well, just because if we die, like I said earlier, we lose flat flat, which we really don't want to do. Because there's a glitch at the end of the level that is really cool, which we just want to keep flat flat for. So that's done. Jump down here. Trying to hit this switch. Didn't. Okay, this switch is a nightmare to hit now because we're on ice. But all right, okay, we backed up pretty quickly. That's good. And we're gonna head over here, jump up here, and then grab a scout fly all the way up here, slamming up there. And once again, like we said, we're not meant to have flat flat here at all. We're gonna grab this blue eco. Okay, I didn't quite get it, but you can technically deload the power cell when it skips the cutscene, but we didn't get it. But we want to try and. That's unfortunate. I have to go grab this blue eco again because I need those the orbs from those vents down there. Not much of a deep. Fine. There we go. We also need to be careful here because you can get stuck underneath these. If you like stand still and they close on top of flat flat, you're just soft locked. You have to load a save because there's no way to get out of them. So there's a few buttons left. We're gonna end up here and go. And okay, this is not great with 1 health, but I might. Yeah, this just does not control well. And I want to try and kill this guy so he doesn't kill me when I try and get on the buttons. Okay, all right. So now I shouldn't die as long as I don't fall off, and then we can take it a little more slower, just for safety. Okay, and then we can jump over here. Okay, that's good. And then last button here. Once again, I'm just going to play it safe because I'm on 1 health. I really don't want to die. And then the power shell should spawn. Apparently, I missed one. I don't know which one I missed. All right, time to go back. We have to try and figure this out quickly, hopefully. But I have no idea which one I missed. Not going to lie. But I got them all. Got that one. Got to be the one at the start then, I guess. That's really unfortunate. Where are we going? We want to go over this way. Okay, hopefully I can find this quickly.
Would it be a good moment to get a message in?
Go for it, yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. I would just like to remind everyone, our dear faraway friends out there who are currently watching this stream, we are live with BSG Annual 2024, and with our Speedrun Marathon, we are supporting our charity Mind. And to make donating towards our fantastic charity even more worth your while, we have a big parrot treasure of prizes that is up for grabs if you donate a certain amount of money towards our charity. Let me elaborate. For example, for a minimum donation of 15 euros throughout the duration of the marathon, you have the chance to win Sonic Frontiers for PS4 during the draw. After the marathon itself, or if you decide to go all in and donate a minimum donation of 40 euros during the duration of the marathon, you have the chance to grab one of the fantastic Louis Dre microphones that are up for grabs. Yours truly is currently talking to you through one of these. So you definitely want to get those donations in and have the chance to win one of our fantastic prizes. Now back to you.
This is basically getting Flat Flat into the wrong level. We got it, which is cool. So now Flat Flat doesn't have a model here, so it looks like we're just riding on nothing. It's kind of hilarious. But yeah, so and we can skip the whole entire cutscene of going back down. But yeah, that's cool. That's sort of like these Flat Flat sort of skip outside of Snowy Mountain, which is really cool to get. So we got a couple more power cells left to go, then we're going to ride to the end of the game. So we're going to need to get these 2 power cells here, do a death abuse, get the scout fly, and then we can take the last lava tube to the boss at the end. So we got about 6-7 minutes left of the run. So get this last one here. So just the reason we have to die here, because if we go to a part that wasn't loaded in when we were in Snowy Mountain, we'd completely soft lock and freeze the game. So that's why we have to die. But we're going to make our way up here, grab this second to last scout fly, and then grab this last and we should have 72 power cells now if I haven't missed any. Hopefully I haven't. If I've missed one, then yeah, 72, that's good. Yeah, if I missed one, then the zoomer wouldn't spawn in and we wouldn't be able to start the cutscene. But yeah, basically, so this is a lava tube, which is the no LTS part of that. So in theory, you can skip this by not using the zoomer. But yeah, so, and we wouldn't need 72 power cells. There's not really much of a game when we do any percent, so that's why no LTS is basically the most popular category. Yeah, so this last part is kind of trivial. You just kind of want to drive through it, and then we do a bunch of glitches at the end, well, pause buffers to skip so many cutscenes and basically the entire level. For some reason, when you do a pause buffer and die at the start of the level, it just teleports you to the end of the level, only on this version of the game as well. I don't entirely sure why it's like that, but it's certainly helpful in a speedrun. Yeah, so we've got the zoomer control now. So there's a little shortcut we can take up this path here to get over there. I don't know how many people knew about this when they were a kid, but yeah, it's quite a cool shortcut. There's also a glitch here where you can get a really high speed and do like an orange skip and citadel hops. That's way above me. I'm still kind of new to this game, which I learned this game for BSG. So I don't have everything under my arsenal yet, but I'm certainly going to try and eventually get better at the game. But yeah, so instead we're just going to do it more of a casual way by grabbing these eco stuff and then just destroying these orange balls instead of just jumping over that door. But we need the speed for that. That's why we should we grab this on this way around. Wow, that is really not wanting to be blown up. There we go. Yeah, so that's that orange section done, and then last few sections here. We don't really have to worry about blowing up on these sections. Like these sections we're on now don't count as lava, and our heat goes down, so it's not really something we need to worry about at all. But yeah, we're just going to drive to the end of the game now, basically, and be careful not to blow ourselves up. Yeah, so the last boss fight is kind of cool as well. There's a few neat things we can do on the boss that I'll explain once we're there. But yeah, this is literally just driving now, so there's not really much to say about it. Nearly at the end now. Yeah, if we do run into one of these like big toxic things, it's an instant death even if we do have health. So that's why I'm being careful with avoiding everything. These red things aren't too bad if we hit one. But yeah, so this is the end of the section. We're just going to jump off here and grab that power cell, and then we're going to do about 3 pause buffers in a row to get to the end of the game, just skip this entire level. So we'll grab that, and then what we're going to do is stand next to the switch, do a pause buffer, and make sure we don't bump into Kira that just randomly spawns in front of us, which if we hit her, we'll have to do a load thing. But once again, you'll see I get it once you see the HUD with no numbers. There we go. I'll die here. And because I died, the cutscene won't try and play again. So we'll head over here, and that cutscene will have opened up this door here, and this is the last level. But for some reason, still don't know why. If we do a pause buffer here, punch off, die, and then we're at the end of the level. That simple. And because we don't need power cells anymore, we can just do that. So I'll do another pause buffer here. It saves the game, will load and skip a whole nother cutscene. So we skip like 7 or 8 minutes of cutscenes just by doing those tricks. And we're going to hit this button up, right up to the top, and we're going to be at the final boss fight. Only a small ride up here, so we need to grab the blue eco to activate the platform. Grab that here. And then we're going to not go all the way because that's slow. Once we hit a certain threshold, we can just jump off and die. And that will just spawn us right next to the boss. So the boss here, you kind of want to just keep hitting it with this eco. We're going to do just a hop jump there. That skips a cutscene. And then we're going to use this vent once he makes a sound and jump up here. And he's going to blow up the bottom part and then do that. There's about 3 phases to this. So that's the first phase done. The next phase, he's going to spawn in a bunch of enemies. So I'm going to jump, if I could do this properly, run into his health and do a zoom, and that respawns the health. It's not meant to work like that. So we have a bit of extra health now just for safety. So that's just a bit of a health dupe right there. So we want to kill these guys as quick as possible. Oh, I didn't grab that one. Okay, we've got it now. And grab this blue eco again. And then time it here. If we do it too early, then we'll get blown up along with the bottom part. And then if we do it too late, then obviously we blow up because it's already been. That's that done. Next section is he's going to start doing these like pulses at us. So we're going to just take damage on purpose and just keep shooting him through the damage. And we're just going to completely ignore that. And there we go. Wow, that is so unlucky. So I somehow got damage into that blue. That I've never had that happen before, but so we're gonna have to do this section again, unfortunately. Yeah, that's sort of unlucky, but that's fine. Didn't take too long to get back there, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Didn't expect that to happen. It's not too long to get back there anyway, so we just have to kill these enemies again. I'll duplicate this case as well. Oh, I did that too early. You have to duplicate it when the green things are spawning. But we shouldn't. We have full health anyway because we just died, so we shouldn't do that. Okay. So he's going to go over here so we can get to the blue eco first. And this time, let's not die to this next stage. There we go. We've got full health, so we don't have to worry about that. Let me just try this bit again and just be more careful next time. Okay, so... yeah, I'm just... there we go. Okay, that was just way safer way to do it. Okay. So last part now. Got full health, so we won't need that. So yeah, next section. So same thing again. We're just gonna just take the damage and just power through it, and grab all the orange eco quickly, and then just keep spamming the boss. So time's coming up in about 30 seconds. Okay, so yeah, time's about to come up. So what's going to happen now is white eco is going to spawn, and once we run into the white eco, that's time. There's a little tiny cutscene first where they talk about saving the world. Just a quick tell you about the story. Daxter fell into the purple stuff, turned into a pheasant or weasel, I'm not sure what he is. And the white eco can turn them back into human, or well, they're not humans, into whatever they are. But we have the option to get the white eco and save everyone. So that's basically the storyline. And it's all to do with these evil dark eco people that set off all the events. And that kind of carries on to the other games as well. So time's coming up in seconds. So we're going to wait for this white eco to spawn. It's random where it spawns. It's kind of programmed to spawn away from Jack, but you can get close spawns sometimes. There we go. So yeah, we got a really far away spawn. So that is time. And that's Jack and Daxter. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to the Jack community. Definitely wouldn't be able to run this game here if it wasn't for them. They have great guides and a lot of help in the chat every time I ask questions, that sort of thing. Shout out to BSG for letting me host this. I don't think Jack's been at a BSG before, so that's pretty cool to show it off. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, it was awesome to show it off. But yeah, that's Jack and Daxter. Don't really have much else to say.
Awesome, fantastic. I thank you for your fantastic run of Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. It looks like you were the last runner of the day. Here we are at the hosting station are going into a quick intermission so we can say goodbye for the day. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow again.
Small packages. Jack, you
What a fantastic day. What a fantastic morning. We here at BSG Annual 24 have seen the very first day of the event, and we have already seen so many fantastic things. First and foremost, of course, we raised the first